Hello, gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's Thursday. I'm heading home, shooting down the mighty Columbia River on my left, Interstate 84. Gonna be home shortly. I wanted to give you a brief word. Something stood out to me this week as I was sitting in my car in LA. There's a park on my right, and there's a young lady, young mother, expecting her second child, it looked like, had her 4 or 5 year old son playing in the park right there. It was right next to the street, and I overheard the boy saying, "Mama, Mama, look." How many times have I heard that? Not Mama, but Daddy, look, Daddy, pay attention, see what's going on. And this young son, I looked over, hey, what's going on? And I see this mother totally ignoring her son. And I share this with you not to pick on this mother, because she, I looked down and in her hand, there it was. A smartphone. I don't know if you could see that. A BlackBerry, a Droid, iPhone, whatever, a piece of technology in her hand. And she wouldn't look up from it, and she was nodding her head like, "Yeah, son, I'm paying attention. Sure, go right ahead. What are you doing?" And of course, completely blowing him off. And the son realized he was being blown off, and he kept trying to interrupt or break through the fog to this young mother. And I so was pierced through my own heart when I realized that, man alive, that's me. That's me. I've done that too many times. I've allowed a smartphone to make me a dumb father. A smartphone, a tool, a technological gadget that aids me in certain parts of my life, to become a complete hindrance to me connecting with my children at various times, and my wife at various times. And I'm going to make a change in my life, and that change is going to be evidenced by the fruit of it, and that I want my children to not know me as the father that nodded his head in feigned attentiveness, instead of completely setting aside these gadgets when I'm going to be focused on the task of parenting, the task of living, and isolate these things and push them into the corners of the spaces that they belong when I'm truly working, when I'm focused on something that I should be using this tool. I got to thinking, tools are just that, they're tools. And it's funny because this tool is very helpful, but it can invade every part of our life. And you don't see anybody carrying a shovel around with them everywhere they go. It's a great tool, I love it. I might need to dig. I bring it to the dinner table. Hey, that might come in handy. But no, seriously, you sit there and go, it's a tool, but there's a time and a place for that tool. Same thing. I mean, I don't rev the lawnmower in the living room during our family, Bible times. It's a great tool. I just want to have it ready. This is just as obnoxious and invasive as one of those other tools in a wrong setting as it is to do those things I just mentioned. I mean, this has a way of pulling 100% of our attention. I am not a believer in multitasking. I think I've said in so many interviews where people are saying that I'm a great multitasker, and I'm like, great, why don't you have this interview with me and go ahead and type me a letter on the 10 reasons why you want this job. Go ahead and let's do both of those for me, please. Multitasking is a myth, especially when we're parenting. Either we have our attention focused on the task at hand, or we're completely distracted, and we're doing half service to two different things. That's what we end up doing, and doing neither well. And technology, I am convinced, has caused me, like I said, to be less effective at times, significantly less effective. And I think you, my children, if you're listening, Janice, if you are listening, I am sorry. Because as I sat there in that moment watching that young lady, I was like, you know what? I've got to put the technology, the tools that I use into the proper space in my life, and that means push them out of the spaces they don't belong, so I can be a more effective father, a more effective husband. Anyways, I challenge you to do the same, men. I'm headed home. Have a great evening. Lord bless you. Bye-bye.